Hi, and welcome back to my rewatch of season 1 of The Summer I Turned Pretty, where I go through key moments in the show and explain some of the through lines through the show. So if you've not watched the whole show, just be careful, there could be spoilers here. So in the previous video, I talked about this moment where they see each other for the first time. And I want to point out two other key things in this moment. The first is what he says to her here. He says, "I liked you better with glasses." And this is such an interesting thing for him to say, right? Because we've just seen Belly in her glasses and her braces and how awkward she looked. We've just heard Taylor say, "Well, you look way different than you did last year, Belly, and he's going to notice you." And then we see proof positive of that because she goes into a store and a boy notices her and basically immediately asks her out. Then she's in the car and she's looking at herself like, "Hey, do I really look that different?" And she applies lip gloss and she takes down her hair. And so she is sort of realizing, and then that's reaffirmed by Jeremiah sees her and he's like, "Oh, you're all grown up," and like is sort of flirting with her and picks her up and twirls her around. And then she sees Conrad and he smiles at her and he's in slow motion and he approaches her. And then the first thing he says is literally like a contradiction to the name of the show. The show is called This Summer I Turned Pretty. And Conrad is saying, "I liked you better in glasses." He's like, "You look different." He's not saying she looks bad, because I think he thinks she looks great and we get evidence of that right from the beginning. But he's like, you look different. I liked you. I like the Belly I knew. Who's this new Belly? And I think it just shows that he's discomfited, but it's also so interesting how it contradicts the kind of thesis of the whole show, which is that this is the summer she turned pretty, because Conrad's always seen her that way. And then, of course, there's this incredible callback. Here's the spoiler to the final episode of the show, where this time he's the insecure one and he's just told her she looks beautiful and he asks, "Do I look okay?" And then she looks at him and she ruffles his hair and he's like he knows what she's doing. They remember everything about one another and everything they said to each other. So he knows what she's doing here. He knows she's remembering this and that she's doing this on purpose. And there are other key moments with Belly's hair in particular through the show, which I'll talk about at other times. But this, to me, this first interaction, the callback,